Hey guys, hope you are doing well. This is my 4th time trying to record it this video because of the mic keep messing up. I ended up just getting a new one. Hopefully it works out now. I pray. I did a test video and it worked, so let's just hope that this works this time. But let's get right into it. Today we're gonna be talking about my review on the NBT clothing pants that I have here. This is the License to Ride Aramid edition. So this is like their more expensive, I think like $230. And then they have another License to Ride, which is I think denim. It doesn't have like the Aramid lining that this pair of pants has. So first off, I got these pair of pants on Black Friday, the Black Friday sale that they were having, and I think I paid around $180, maybe $190. They had like a store-wide percentage discounted off. I also used another YouTube motor vloggers discount code because I feel like a lot of people are sponsored by these guys, so I used their code as well. These are the Aramid edition ones, higher quality ones. They said they have like Aramid lining. And then as I was getting them on their site, their sizing is a little bit weird. Usually men's sizing are like inseam, or I'm sorry, waist and then inseam, so 2 numbers. So like 30-30 or 28-32, like whatever the case may be, depending on your waist and your inseam. For these guys, it was just 1 number. So it was literally just, and it went by 2s. So it would be like size 28, size 30, size 32, size 34, etc, etc. So I wasn't too sure, like if it was a 28, what length it would be, if it was a 30, if it was a 32, whatever the case may be. So I first got the size 30 because I'm usually a size 31-30 on pants. So I got those, and I obviously got them in the slate gray color. I was a little worried about the size only because I am a shorter person, so like a size 30 might fit someone who's maybe like 5'8" or something like that. But since I am 5'6", a short person, I was a little worried that it was going to be a little too long. So that's the first one that I got, size 30. It came in the mail about, I'd say, a week or so later. I tried them on and they were extremely large on the waist and they were extremely long on the inseam. Like they would cover my feet entirely and still have like 2 to 3 inches left of like the actual pant leg. It was extremely long. And even if I tried like rolling up the ankle and kind of doing it as tight as it can on the waist, because they have 2 buttons, one for a tighter fit, one for a looser fit. It's like one's closer than the other. I tried both. I tried hooking both of them up, and I would literally feel like the pants falling. Even just like any sort of force down, the pants would fall. So I knew if I wore those in a crash, they'd literally just slide right off. Because if I could pull them down, it was just like 2 fingers pinching them and kind of pulling them down a little bit, then 100% they're just gonna slide right off in a crash. The return was very simple. I just went in and I put in my order number, and it was basically like, this is your order, because you know the order number, what would you like to exchange it to? And then I did the same pants, same color, just a size under, which was 28. And then I was able to go ahead and exchange them. I didn't have to pay any shipping or anything. They gave me the label and all that. Well, actually, I didn't even have to have the label. I just had to have it in the bag. And then I bring it to a UPS store, and then they were able to kind of do everything just like Amazon returns. So I did that, and then I'd say about a week later, I got my other pair of pants, which are these ones right here that I am wearing. And first try on, they were very tight. Even with the button that was the farthest, so like for the loosest fit, I tried those on and it was still very tight. It wasn't like I can't breathe tight, but it was like I'm standing and my waist is being squeezed. So even kind of like on the bike here, how I am now, I could still feel some decent pressure on it. I've worn them a couple of times, I'd say about like 10 times already, and they've gotten kind of like past the break-in period. They're not as tight as they are before, but they're still a little bit tight on me. And then, as you probably saw when I was showing the pant leg, they're still a little too long on me. So I would say these pants, like in terms of like the inseam, like the actual number, I would guess they're maybe like a 31, 32, because they're still pretty long on my feet here. But they're a lot better than the pants I had previously. So that was fine for me, because at least these pants, if I ever do go into a crash, hopefully I don't, I know these pants are gonna fly right off of me and leave me pantless basically. So waist was a little tight, not unbearable anymore. Pant legs a little long, but that's fine. They also came with what I first thought was shin protection, but then after going on their website again and looking at it, they're actually knee protectors. So there's little slots for them, as you can see here. It's just kind of like yellow padding that you kind of shove in there. So those are actually knee protectors, and they kind of, since the pant legs are a little bit longer, I would assume it would fit someone perfectly in terms of the knees. But for me, they kind of cover the top of my knee, and that's about it, even though there's it's a pretty big knee protector. Like, I would say the knee protector is from here, that little yellow piece that you see, all the way down here. So it kind of protects part of my knee and then part of my shin. I think they're supposed to fit right in the smack dab middle of your knee. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's still covering part of my knee, so I guess that's fine. In terms of the feel and the appearance is all right. You could kind of tell that they're motorcycle pants, but not you can tell, but you can't. I don't think someone that doesn't ride bikes would look at it and be like, those are motorcycle pants. It would just be like, those pants look a little bit weird, but they don't look terrible. And I wanted more of a stylish one, or at least a more comfortable one, and those usually are the stylish ones, because I've tried actual riding dedicated pants, and they just felt uncomfortable and very clunky and very kind of it's like cargo pants full of cargo, or I guess stuff. This is the pockets full of stuff. That's kind of how it felt. So I didn't really like it too much. But these, you can still feel the padding, but it's not huge, and it's not you feel like this giant inventory inside of you, and it's not, you're walking around, your pants are just full of everything. So I like these for that, in terms of the appearance and the feel as well. They do come with pockets, kind of right here, kind of like cargo pants. They come with pockets, and then you can clip them down for storage and stuff like that. So I do like that. They have it on this side too, and I need to clip these. I do have stuff on this side, which I'm clipping the pants right now. Hopefully nothing fell out. That'd be very sad if it did. The main gripe I have about these pants is the actual fit, in terms of the waist and actual length of it, and with that not having kind of the customizable 30-30, 28-30, or 30-34, whatever the case may be. You kind of just have to you just have to fit their standard of sizing, what they think is most common. So that kind of sucks. I guess I kind of understand, because these pants, they are made in China. It came with at least on the pants itself, it came with a sticker that said made in China. So there's that. I'm guessing they kind of just, the manufacturer of these pants has those sizes, and then you just order them, and there's only one size. They can't really tell them to change up the sizes. It'd be nice if you could, but I guess that's just how it goes. If you were someone who's taller but have the same waist, I think you would be fine, because then these pants would actually fit you really well. But again, me being 5'6", a shorter person, I guess they don't really accommodate for that. Another thing is that when I am riding, and when I go to lean over to a turn and I grip the tank with my thighs, these pants are extremely slippery on the tank. When I first went to go take a turn and lean, I almost just completely fell off the bike because of how smooth and how slippery these pants felt against the tank. And I'm just comparing them to just normal jeans that I used to wear while riding. So just normal plain old jeans. And those jeans have noticeably a lot more grip to the actual tank than these pants do, which is a little surprising. But then after a little bit, I kind of got used to it, and now I'm not as scared as falling off the bike. I've washed them and worn them, and they feel maybe like 20% more rougher on the tank, so like a little bit more grip, but it's still extremely slippery compared to like the other pants that I would use. But I've learned how to kind of like deal with it and not fall off the bike and die, basically. So that was another thing that I kind of didn't like. I still don't like it because on my other pants I could really jam my thigh into the tank and really kind of like pull it down with me. But I mean, for stuff like that, you kind of have to have tank grips anyways. So I'm not completely dissatisfied with it. It would be kind of nice, but I kind of understand it. This is just a plain tank. It doesn't have tank grips or anything, so I can't really fault it too much on it. Gotta get gas here real quick. Oh, that's diesel only. Another thing that I'm not extremely happy about as well is that clipping these aren't the worst. Sometimes they're just a little difficult with gloves because my gloves kind of get in the way, but they're not terrible, so pretty good. So I mean, the sizing and then the tank or the pants being very slippery on the tank, those are my two biggest gripes. I gave it a 3 stars on the review that I left, and I can leave that review, like the review that I left here at the end. I gave it 3 stars because I was pretty annoyed about the sizing and the tank. Kind of like talking about it, I'd probably give it maybe like 3.5, 4 stars, kind of thinking back on it. But I mean, well, you can't give 3.5 stars, but I'd probably give like maybe 4 stars because it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is kind of annoying. I also forgot to mention, I am not sponsored by them, so all of these are my actual honest opinions. They aren't paying me to say anything, so you don't got to worry about that. These are just my opinions on my experience and, you know, my height, my weight, blah, 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 all that stuff with me in the pants. So would I personally recommend these pants to someone who's like looking for motorcycle pants and kind of looking for more of the stylish pants? I would say yes if they are on sale. So if they're doing like a site-wide sale and then you have like a YouTube Motorvloggers code, you can use that as well. If you could get it at that discounted price, and even if you are my height and my weight, which is 5'6", and then around 155-ish pounds, if you're around there, even though it's still going to be big and kind of like doesn't fit you perfectly, I still think this would be an okay buy. If you find a pair of pants with kind of the same look to them and they have your perfect size, like you can pick the size, the inseam and the actual waist, then I would maybe go for that one. I know they promote like the aramid liner technology and all that. Obviously, I don't know how that works because I've never been in a crash. They say it will help you in a crash, so I'm okay with that. I just don't, I don't want to find out for myself, to be honest. On the reviews, there's a whole bunch of like, wow, these pants saved my skin. And then there's other ones where like, these pants rip to shreds in a second. Not too sure. Hopefully I never have to find out in terms of that. Well, even if you're a little bit bigger than me, say like 5'7", 5'8", same weight, same waist as well, I honestly think these pants would be pretty good because everything would kind of fit perfectly for you in terms of sizing and all that. So I'd probably recommend it to the people who are looking for pants and they're either my exact size and weight, or they're a little bit bigger and, you know, you fit their criteria of sizing. So overall, okay pair of pants, not the best, but that's just because of like my personal experience in terms of my size and weight. So yeah, I'd go ahead and recommend people to get it. Again, this video is not sponsored, so no discount code, anything like that. It is getting darker here, as you can see. The clouds are coming upon us and the sun is setting. So I'm going to end the video here. If you guys have anything else you want me to kind of try out and review, let me know. It is going to be out of my own pocket though, so don't recommend no $2,000 tracksuit or anything like that, because I will probably never get to it. But yeah, that's just my review of the NBT clothing aramid pants that I have here, and then hopefully you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.